Okay, so on my YouTube video, I've just made an 11, very quick 11 video series looking at the console ports of Doom and the many different ports it has. But rather than do what Digital Foundry does or anyone else for that point, I mean, that's been done to death. What I thought I would look at is just the console exclusive levels for those ports. So I looked at the two console exclusive levels on the original OG Xbox, which was on the Doom 3 Resurrection of Evil standalone expansion. There were two levels on there called Betray and Sewers. They weren't very good. They felt like just test levels. And then I looked at two exclusive levels on the Game Boy Advance, the David A. Palmer port for the Nintendo Game Boy Advance. And that was Tower of Babel, but not that one, and Hell's Keep, but not that one. And then I looked at the remaining 8 exclusive levels on the PS1 and Saturn version, which I looked at on the PS1, which I enjoyed very much. I thought they were very good. In fact, I like the Game Boy Advance ones as well. They're hard but good. I really liked all those console exclusive levels. And then I was done. I was like, yep, that's it. All done. Looked at them all. And then QuakeCon happened this weekend, and Bethesda, and I assume ID Software, but let's face it, it's Bethesda, stealth dropped Doom, Doom 2, and Doom 3 on the PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. And it took me all of about 10 minutes to go, yep, I'm going to buy those. And what I should have done is maybe waited 11, 12 minutes and just seen what people have seen. Now, at this point, I am like really late to this party. By this point, you've probably seen a billion videos on YouTube and things on Twitter of people going, oh my god, these ports are terrible. And they are. They're bad ports. But what people are forgetting is they're not seeing the small little problems with the Doom port. Even if you take away the one that everyone's whinging about, and they're right to. I mean, it's a bad decision that Bethesda have made. But even if you take that out, there are some huge glaring issues with Doom. So what I'm going to do is quickly boot up Doom and run you through it. I'm not going to spend too long going on about it because, again, it's been done to death. But my god, how do you screw this up this badly? So Doom and Doom 2. I didn't buy Doom 3 because I've got a squillion copies of it. I just wanted Doom 1 and Doom 2. They're about £4 a piece. So let's see what you get for your money. Okay, so I believe this is done by Nerve. Yes, Nerve Software. So Nerve are responsible for this port. And I just want to basically take you through the very bare bones. Now, when it says press to start, it doesn't say press what to start. It just says press to start. So I'm just going to press something to start. One thing I want to draw your attention to, look at that logo. That literally looks like the lowest bitmap you could find. Like, just scan the Doom logo from it. Get a Google image. Like, when I was doing my thumbnails for my my series of videos, I found the Doom logo faster and in much higher res for all of my thumbnails than that is right there. What is going on with that? Why have you used that? Just ridiculous bitmap. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the game, I'm going to press to start, and then this is the big issue that everyone's got a problem with, and they're right to. You have to log into Bethesda.net, so you need... I didn't have a Bethesda.net account. I do now. I've had one for 2 days because I wanted to play Doom from 1993 offline, and I needed a Bethesda.net account to do that. Now again, that sucks, but if they're selling it for £4, they're not going to make their money back. What they need to do is sell it for £4, make you put in your email address, and then sell that email address to, marketing departments and China and whoever else. Completely legal, but that's how they make their money. They make far more money selling email addresses than they ever did from selling Doom. So, okay, I've logged in. It just sucks. But again, I understand why they do it. You've got to make money, I guess. So we've got single player. Local multiplayer. Now, there is no online multiplayer, so even though you have to be online, you can't play online. There is no online multiplayer. Now, I don't want to hear that it's DRM. It's not DRM, because no one is going to pirate Doom to play on the PS4. That's just not going to happen. What it is is just a way to make more money selling your email address. I mean, because think about it. Why would you go to the trouble of pirating Doom for the PS4 when it's available on everything? Literally everything. You can play it on a printer. Like, why are you playing it on... I've got, like, about, double digits things in this house that will play Doom well. So, yeah. And then, again, drawing your attention to that Doom logo. What the hell kind of resolution is that? I mean, come on. Like I said, my thumbnails for my video series had a better resolution Doom logo than that. Ugh. Right. Let's go down to options. Audio. I'm going to turn the sound effects right the way down, so you can hear me just have a go at the music in a minute. Going to turn that down. So that's all your audio options. Your gameplay options. Pretty bare basic. Pretty bare bones. Pretty basic. You've got sensitivity, which I had to turn down because it was way too sensitive. I keep always run on when I play on consoles. I always have run on because that's how I like it to be. I like it to be fast. I want it to be 90 miles an hour. I had to turn the sensitivity down. Like, it was just too fast left and right to cope. And then you've got vibration. Controls. This is the thing that I've not seen anybody on Twitter or anybody on YouTube complain about. The controls are abysmal. The D-pad does not have the thing that has been on the D-pad since the original Xbox Live release of Doom 1. The D-pad has to be quick select weapons. So what you do is you map groups of weapons to the D-pad. So your down will be rocket, your right will be plasma and BFG, your up will be pistol and chain gun, and your left will be shotgun and double barrel. Like, that's what that's for. Also, you'll notice that the map is on triangle. The one thing you won't see on that control setting anywhere is zoom in and zoom out on the map, because it doesn't exist. You cannot zoom in or zoom out on the map. So if you are new to Doom and you want to see what all the fuss is about, good luck, because you are going to get lost. I can't believe that was not ported across. And I've tried, I've pressed every button. Zoom in and zoom out does not appear on this control method. It doesn't appear in this port at all. So, I mean, those are the biggest issues I have. The last issue, and again, look, local multiplayer, deathmatch, co-op, that's it. I don't know why it says killers in there. Maybe slayers, players, but killers. Alright, fair enough. And you can select all your levels in there. Very, very basic, very bare bones. Not really too much effort has gone into this. That logo, I can't get over that logo. It's so low res. God, it annoys me. Like, what would it have taken? A Google search? Oh, anyway. Let me show you the last and final issue that I have got with these ports. What I'm going to do is jump from Doom 1, and I'm just going to jump cut to Doom 2 and show you the thing that has maybe broken my heart the most. Okay, here we are in Doom 2. Again, super low resolution title card there. Logging into Bethesda.net, great. I now have a Bethesda.net account. That's one more password for me to forget. Let me just get straight into this. I'm gonna turn the sound effects right the way down. Right, and the music volume I want all the way up. Here's the thing that maybe broke my heart the most when I played these ports. Ask any Doom fan about their favourite things of Doom, and you'll get them in different orders, but you'll always get the same things. It's the gameplay, it's the gore, it's the feel, it's the demons, it's everything. The one thing that will be in that list every single time is the music. Bobby Prince's metal MIDI disco is fantastic. And the reason it's fantastic is because it's other people's songs. He's taken Slayer riffs, SOD riffs, Pantera riffs, Megadeth riffs, Metallica riffs, and he's just mixed it into this absolute carnage of, like I say, metal MIDI disco. Now, if you don't know what a MIDI file is, a MIDI file isn't strictly speaking a music file. What a MIDI file is essentially just a text file with a list of instruments. So it tells you what instrument plays at what time, in what key, and other sort of like little parameters like pitch and sustain and things like that is all. It's essentially just a big grid system, like sheet music almost, or tablature. That's what a MIDI file is. Now, Doom will sound different depending on the PC or the computer you play it on, because they're all using a different MIDI processor, essentially a group of instruments, right? So you can feed that MIDI into a keyboard and it will sound different than if you play it on your PC or whatever. Same file, but will sound different depending on which MIDI processor that you're using. Now, again, Doom will sound different to everybody music-wise, and that's always been the way. Whatever MIDI processing this PS4 port is using is just completely wonky, and I have no idea why. Let me play you the track where it's most evident. Alright? All I'm going to do is just go straight into Hell on Earth, Hurt Me Plenty. Listen to this. Right, I don't know why. The pitch is wrong. The keys sound like they're just ever so slightly out with the drums. I can't put my finger on exactly what's wrong. I know it's a lot slower, and I know that bass note is not supposed to sustain when it's sustaining. That's not a held note. I don't even think it's a bass note. Also, I'm not sure about the pitch either. Basically, I don't know what is going on with this MIDI, what they are doing, but it's pretty. How can you screw up the music? Like, the music for Doom is so important. It just blows my mind that you could screw up the music that bad, especially when they had an hour-long GDC presentation of how important music was for Doom 2016. Like, it's integral, it's a part of Doom. So, again, I've got no quick select. I can't quick select my weapon on my D-pad. That's just gone. That's just not there anymore. The controls I've had to turn down because they were too sensitive for something with auto run on. I mean, yes, it looks nice. I can't turn that border off. I can't make the screen bigger. I can't turn the HUD down. Like, that HUD is always there. I can't have the full screen option. That just doesn't exist. And maybe the worst oversight is that one of the levels from the master, you may have seen when I started a single player there, it said new game, and I had an option of the Hell on Earth or the master levels. The master levels are 21 levels, and they have been since it originally came out on CD for Windows 95 or whenever that was. Notice anything wrong here? Level 21. Now, level 21 is in this version of Doom 2, you just can't select it. So, for example, say the PS3 version of the master levels, what they did was they took all of these levels and put them into a playlist. A sequential playlist where you start and then just work your way through. Now, level 20, the Express Elevator to Hell, has a secret level on it. Right at the end, you have to get an arch file to boost you up onto a platform, and providing you've got the right keys, you go to this insane Doom map called Bad Dream. So Bad Dream you can select in every other version straight away. I mean, if you just want to go there, you can go there. Doesn't exist in here. I can go to any version, any level I want to, and it will just boot me in. But I can't go to that level. It just, for some reason, isn't on that menu. So say, for example, I just want to go multiplayer, right? Okay, so here I am at the main menu, local multiplayer, deathmatch. Alright, so let's go to the master levels. So now, obviously, I can select, level 21, right? Nope, not there. So even though it's in this, and I found it in here, it's definitely in here, you just can't select it. You can't select it in multiplayer, you can't select it in single player, don't know why. I mean, it's that kind of attention to detail that really winds me up. I mean, the one thing I will say about this version is that if you're the kind of person who thinks, you know what, I like Doom, but I don't know if I want to play it again, or you know what I mean. I mean, you can always go down here and go cheats. Here are all the cheats. I mean, the only one that doesn't seem to be on there is no clip, but everything else is here. And obviously, if you turn on God mode, it will disable the trophies, which there are new trophies, which is, you know, fine for whatever it is. But new trophies and a handful of cheats is no substitute for what's missing. There's no online multiplayer. There's no weapon quick select. You have to scroll through every weapon. And say you're on the pistol and you quickly want to go to double barrel, you can't double tap the shoulder button. It doesn't work. You've got to wait until it pulls it up, and then you pull it down and select. It's just so long and drawn out. You need your weapon, you need it then. If I want to go from BFG to double barrel, I can't do that. I have to scroll through all of them. Why? You know what I mean? It's not worth it. And when you consider the amount of stuff that is missing from these ports, like the Final Doom TNT Evolution's not on there. The Xbox 360, what is it? No Rest for the Living. That's not on there. What else is not on there? Yeah, you don't have TNT or plutonium. Like, that's just not on there. And it's just a whole load of little things that just make me think, boy, you really wanted me to sign up to Bethesda.net, that you would just push this out real quick. I mean, look at that. Look at that logo right there. I mean, you could not have made less of an effort. It's just such a shame. And I think, for comparison, what I'm going to do now is throw it over to the PS3 and just boot up something I bought years ago called Doom Classic Complete for the same price as I paid for one of these. Okay, for the sake of comparison, I'm now on my PlayStation 3, and I'm quickly going to show you the package that I bought a long time ago. I bought this many years ago for about £4, and it's called Doom Classic Complete. Now, I don't know if Doom Classic Complete is still available on the PlayStation Network. I don't know. I bought this a long time ago. I think it's still available on PC, but I'm not sure. You might have to get it through like GOG or something, or whatever. On PlayStation, I'm not sure. First things first, let me just turn this sound down a tad, and then I just want to take you through basically what you could get for the same money. Okay, let me just turn that sound all the way down. Okay. There we go. So you've got music, volume, and sound volume. Exactly the same as you got in the PS4 version. But look at this, screen size. So if you want the screen bigger or smaller, you can. You can also turn the HUD off if you want. That's interesting. That's not on the PS4 version. You've got always run on, vibration on, exactly the same. There's no sensitivity setting on there because the sensitivity is perfect. With auto run on, the sensitivity is absolutely spot on. You don't need a sensitivity slider. Some people might like it, but you really don't need it. Where we differ though is this control cell. Look at the difference in these controls. So the quick weapon switch on the D-pad, this is absolutely vital. You need the right weapon at the right time. You need to know which weapon you're going to get, and you need to know that when you press that button, that's the weapon you're going to get. You can also cycle the weapons while they are still being changed. So if you want a specific weapon, you can just double tap and get that weapon. You've got minimap on square, and you can zoom in and zoom out on the minimap on R2 and L2, which you cannot do on the PS4 for no apparent reason. Okay, the last thing I want to quickly point out is the amount of content in this thing. So when I'm in single player, I'm just going to go new game, look at this, you've got Ultimate Doom, which contains all 4 full episodes. You've got Doom 2, Hell on Earth, all 32 episodes. Final Doom Evolution, Final Doom Plutonium Experiment, the Master levels, all 21 of those levels, and No Rest for the Living. Now, No Rest for the Living was when Doom 2 was released on the Xbox 360, on Xbox Live Arcade, they added a new little chapter, and that's what that is. It's just a collection of levels strung into like a mini chapter, and that's put on here as well. So you've got pretty much like post Xbox 360 but pre BFG edition. You've got everything, pretty much every official release, other than like the PlayStation levels or the N64 levels or, you know, the Game Boy Advance levels. Other than those, everything you've got. Now, the one thing I want to point out, again, because it hurts me so bad, is this music. Listen to this. Now, the music is pitched low in this PS3 version. I don't know why, but it's leagues better than the PS4 version. So I've got auto run on, and it's nice and quick and zippy. The auto aim is very generous, which is essentially what you want for the a console version of Doom. It doesn't feel like it's sluggish at all. It doesn't feel like the sensitivity needs to go down any. It feels basically just right. Like they've spent a lot of time working on those controls. The one issue that I have got, other than the music being pitched slightly lower than the PC version, is that there are some clipping issues with some of the sprites. So the sprites will just clip through the geometry if they end up being too close. For example, these blue bottles here, if you get too close to the geometry, it will just pop through. That's it. That's really the only issue. I mean, other than that, this is a solid port of Doom for a console. And like I say, as far as I'm aware, this was a PSN exclusive. I know it's on PC, but as far as consoles go, I believe this was a PSN exclusive for the PS3. And it is possibly my favourite console port of Doom. It's just so good, so fast, so responsive, so zippy, and it just works. And the amount of content you get is insane. And then that's before you see the glaring omission in the PS4 version. All the online's gone. All of the online has been taken out and it's offline only. Whereas here, look, multiplayer, quick match deathmatch, quick match co-op. Like, they're online. I click that now, I set up a lobby. And then you've got private match, so friends only. So if your friend has a copy of this, or 3 friends have a copy of this, set up a private match. And then down at the bottom you had split screen, so floor player split screen. That's in there as well. That's the only thing you get on the PS4 version. Now, when I go to match settings here, if I go down to, where is it? The master levels. Now on the PS4, you were only allowed to select 20 of the 21 levels. Let's go across. Oh, there you go. Bad Dream, 21. So it's there. Even though it exists on the PS4 version, you can't select it unless you go through the secret exit. I cannot understand why. I mean, it's right there. And it does exist in that port. So, like I say, I mean, if you've got this, I wouldn't bother with the PS4 version. I mean, I don't know what the max output of this is. I'm outputting this in 720p 60 right now. I think it will do 1080, I'm not sure. But, I mean, the PS4 version, for the price of one of those, for the price of just Doom, I have all of this. All of it online, all of it split screen. You know what I mean? There's really no excuse of buying that PS4 version when, if you have this, just stick with this. And if you can get this somewhere, like if you've got a code or you can find it on PSN or a different country's PSN, just get it. Like, get yourself a PS3, get yourself a copy of this. It's way better than the PS4 versions. Alright, cool. Peace. Okay. While I'm waiting for that video that's just played, while I'm waiting for that video to render, me and Andrew decide, why not go for the trophy? The trophy for getting through all of Doom 1 on Nightmare in co-op, right? If you've ever done that, you know how hard that is. It is not easy. There's no cooperation. You're totally shooting each other in the back and the side of the head and rocketing each other and whatever. Accidentally, sometimes. So we batter through episode 1. Just episode 1, right? We get to Phobos Anomaly. We kill the 2 Hell Barons, jump on the teleporter, and the thing blue screens. I can't believe how rough and shoddy this port is. Don't buy it. It's an utter mess.